I welcome all for the ninth day of public speaking practice. So today, so today, um, uh, the things that I'm going to discuss is most of the practice is not happening. Just thinking, getting ideas out of the brain. Maybe this is actually good. This is actually good for the beginning stages because it is necessary to express yourself and public speaking. Okay. So today's topic is something. So, so uh, one day I asked my grandmother how long a coconut tree would live, and how do we know when the tree is dying, so that I could actually replace another tree with it, or plant a tree before the tree dies. For that, she answered how she answered. Her answer was, you don't care about, you don't actually worry about those things. You just worry about your job. This, this is actually I've, the concern is that she wants me to be a corporate employee or something, as a person who actually wears, uh, you know, suits and tuxedos and work suits, you know, what do you call that? She wants me to work as a officer at an executive look, with the executive look, than a farmer or farmer department. The thing is, the idea is to replace the coconut before it dies. That was my plan. So that even I would know when the tree is going to die, and at what time should I place it. Because when it comes to a traditional coconut tree, it would take 8 to 9 months, 8 to 9 years, so 6 to 8 years to fully grow with a traditional tree. And so it is a long period, and it will yield also. I'm not looking for a commercial thing, but as a replacement to that. But it's also then it is also a commercial thing. It is also a self-sustaining thing that I could use the coconuts in the future. So this says that the interest in agriculture is dying, since it's not not well paid industry or well paid sector. But agriculture is everything. It is, I would say, agriculture's top is bigger, and it is way top, way hierarchy comes that agriculture then other industries, whether it's software industries or mechanical, what is that? Other industries, software or automobile or any other banking industry. I would say agriculture is so very top, because we cannot need softwares. These idiots, these people who think they're some software engineer, I'm that kind of person, would but can they feed us? Can they actually feed us? Because feeding is day to day. Even if the industries, we stop using softwares, even the softwares, how can the softwares feed us? How can the automobile industry feed us? So in India, the funding for agriculture is reducing. Yeah, there are coming software. There are a lot of startups are coming, which is a good thing, which is a good sign that people are getting educated based on that. But the software engineer or the IT industry thinks that they are top above everyone. They think they are intellectual. Then aren't the farming intellectual? Farmers are not intellectuals. Of course they are. They are actually. Agriculture is not actually a natural thing, a natural occurring thing. It needs planning. It does need planning 6 to 7 months. It needs time, effort to do that. It is also an intellectual thing. The industries. So the main focus must be how to fund to the industry which sustains us. Industry, it's not an industry, it's actually a service. It is a requirement of sustenance. It's not just an industry. When I talk about Atmanirbhar, when you're talking about Atmanirbhar India, how do we actually become an Atmanirbhar India? The best way is to improve agriculture, because food is a main important thing. So I don't know much idea about this global and what is this currency dropping, Indian currency dropping its value. So since we are globally connected, since we are not capable of exporting more, there we are more importing, and the Indian rupees is dropping. Does this affect the Indian economy in way? Maybe, because it only affects the importing, because we have to pay more to import things. So that like crude oil, like other materials, or raw materials. In that way, yes, we have to pay more to import things, and yes, crude oil is one of the things. So to build an Atmanirbhar thing, an Atmanirbhar Desha or country, what should we do? One thing is food. We can't live without food. And recently I've seen that the agriculture, the prices of rices are increasing because of transportations and droughts and all other things. The rice prices increasing. The egg price is increasing, which is nutrition, daily nutrition for nation. And is the government focusing on the agriculture part of the nation to make India Atmanirbhar? The main pillar is agriculture. It is not one of the main. It is the main. It is a father, is a mother of all industries. We can say, because we cannot eat softwares, we cannot eat automobiles. So the more funding and more focus on improving the agricultural industry. So technology must be built, more technology, more educated farmers there must be more educated farmers and education on agriculture. Plus, agriculture is one of the best subjects to be learned about. Agriculture and agriculture economy on the agriculture. I mean, look at the different varieties of rice and different varieties of tea powders. How do we produce such amazing tea? I have had this tea where it smells and tastes like roses. So it's a good thing. I don't know whether it's actually mixed with some artificial, but the taste is so good. So where are we going towards this? Because agriculture, so the people who actually think that the agriculture is beneath them, their educational qualification. You keep your education qualification, go create softwares, go create, be in the banking industries or anywhere. In the end, you have to come, have your lunch. In the end, you have to be sustained. Your body have to be sustained by eating, not by your certificates. You cannot print out the certificates in your offices and eat it. So the attitude must come down, and improvement in agriculture must be improved more. That is the only way an Atmanirbhar India can be formed. And what were the other things? Next, I would like to talk about Kaveri and Kaveri water resources. What is happening with the Kaveri and Mullaperiyar Dam, and the new technologies to take water from sea, salt water, so seas and oceans, because 80% is actually 70 to 80% is actually seawater, not drinkable, and 1% drinkable water. How can we extract seawater for drinking purpose, and how do we protect and save natural rivers and oceans and lakes? So what are the plans that government is going to do regarding this? We have so much educated fools around us, but doesn't know how to survive. How can we handle? How can these people actually talk about Atmanirbhar? Atmanirbhar. And thank you. So economy, so imports and exports. Then there is another subject project. Another thing is in 2021. Since we are actually importing more electronics items, there was a new plan in 2021, exporting silicon raw materials so that we could build a better electronics in our own state. And people are not funding to that, because it takes more time. Then we could just go to China and import it. So we are actually importing more and more raw materials, but we are not. There is no right funding to make the raw material into a product. So that is one reason that Make in India is not making in India. So in electronics department, so why don't we? Some people say that why don't we have our own designs of laptops and computers? Why aren't we actually designing electronics in India? Because we don't have funding. Business mind actually focuses on profit. Profit is go to China, go to Thailand, Taiwan, import things, buy things from them, put our name tags and sell it out. So when these intellectuals are judging the farmers and agriculture farmers, why don't you fund on building your electronics here? Such intellectuals, because they are intellectuals, they want profit. Profit comes more. So when you corporate make in India, nobody is ready to make in India. So we could have our own laptops designed, even the minute CPUs can be designed in India, and we are actually importing raw materials to do that. But no intellectuals at 1.4 highly intellectuals, so who are actually not ready to design using those materials, because it's also always about profit. And it's not because we lack the resources. We find resources, but nobody is ready to build something in India. So is it Make in India a failure because of the government? No. Make in India was never a failure because of the government. Make in India was a failure because of the Indians, because of the citizens who are not ready to make something in India, because there is no funding. Everything is funding. Everybody wants profit, but nobody is ready to do anything. But they just keep on talking about all these things. In 2021, we are importing more and more raw materials from, like silicon, pure silicon from China and Taiwan and Korea, South Korea. But nobody is ready to build here. Another thing. So what I'm saying is, agriculture must be the priority to save agriculture, to save the purity of the land, and so that we could yield more, protect the rivers, protect the farmers' ideas, for improve the ideas of farming, not polluting it that in the corporate way. Just like I talked about the another what is this? What is it? Bitter gods. We have to find new ideas, new technologies, because that makes us Atmanirbhar. And the imports of silicon, can we be a better exporting? Can we start exporting like before? Yes, we can export it, but we need funding. Yes, we are buying products, ready-made products from China. We come here, we assemble it, and we sell it. That's still going on because it's made more cheaper. But what about the engineers? Don't you want to build your own CPUs? Do you want to build your own technology? What if there is something even better than silicon, a material which is better than silicon, or there is something which is naturally available, and build something on top of that? So experiments, studies must go on that. And the main reason, so back then, one of the subjects, it's not related, it's come really related. Back then, my father and I, actually, he is a mechanical engineer. I never wanted to go behind a mechanical engineer. I never wanted to be a mechanical engineer. I wanted to be an electrical engineer, or a software engineer, mainly software engineer. Main reason was that I focused more on softwares than hardware industries. Was the errors and expenses gets more higher and higher in those industries, in mechanical industries. So it is difficult. The redoing take more expenses out of the budget. So in the end, the profit is lesser than that we intended. Our profit, or maybe there won't be a profit, because of a lot of errors in designing SPM's machineries or other services. So mechanical services are very mechanical services actually a profitable thing, but SPM design, research, and this one is very expensive. So there are a lot of errors happening in this one, but so there is no profit. But software, on the other hand, you could write a code, and that's it. You could write a code, and if there is an error, we could just retype it. So we need a machine, and there is a knowledge about coding. That was the main reason that I went more into the IT sectors than the hardware sectors, like electronics and this one, mechanic. That doesn't mean that I have no passion towards mechanics, or I have no passion towards electronics. But here, what I'm trying to say is, this one, agriculture industry must be prioritized. Agriculture, not industry, agriculture itself must be prioritized. Don't consider it as a product, consider it more as a survival thing. Because we can actually demolish every IT sectors, and we could actually plant crops there to survival. Can demolish every single buildings and sustain of survival, because when software dies, the main survival would be food. Because the main survival itself is food. You can just demolish entire tech parks, and we could grow crops there for the sustenance. So thank you. Thank you so much. This is my day 9th video. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is uncut. Later on, I want to talk about this with study materials that I would record my study materials or write it out down, uh, improve my communication, because daily I'm recording. I'm not practicing on the practicing. First, I'm throwing ideas out of my head. Then I want to build and study on that idea. Then I want to make a better video about this. So thank you for watching. And if you have some feedbacks, please provide me. These are the things that I want to talk. And who thinks that agriculture is beneath any other industry, they cannot be saved, and they should not be fed for 2 days to make sure that they understand the importance of such things. So-called intellectuals. Thank you.